Hi, my name is Candace Huff, and this is my final presentation for EDT629. So let's get started. A few things about myself. I am from Grand Rapids, Michigan, born and raised and proud of it. I've been teaching 5 years, and I have taught third grade for 3 years. This is my second year teaching fifth grade. I teach in Rayford, North Carolina, which is home of the Turkey Festival. And I had no knowledge of Rayford, North Carolina prior to moving here. So, a little bit about my current setting. I teach in Hope County, which is a relatively small rural area. We have in our county about 12 schools, and at my particular school, most of our students, 90% of our students are on free or reduced lunch. Currently in the fifth grade, we have about 86 students because of our number of military families that are coming in and out. The number changes quite a bit. So currently we have about 86 students. I have the pleasure to teach the ESL cluster. My homeroom has a ESL cluster, excuse me, and I have 15 students currently in my classroom that are considered ESL or ELO. And I also teach the EC cluster, or the exceptional children, which is also referred to special education, but here we refer to it as EC, or exceptional children. So you ask why I wanted to do the project that I wanted to do. Well, this particular school year, we are fully on board with Common Core, and as you may know, the Common Core is very critical thinking heavy, higher order thinking heavy. So the Common Core has a lot of the skills that most of my students do not have. And so with looking at their previous test scores and just classroom observation, I wanted to do something that will help enhance those skills that I know they need in order to be successful, not just with the Common Core, not just with the fifth grade Common Core, but with the Common Core just period. So, with talking with fellow colleagues, they helped me to kind of steer my way into creating some things that will help my students with with increasing their high order thinking skills. So, that is where my vision was derived. What did I do in order to make this project come about? I did some research as it relates to critical thinking and technology. How does technology play a role in increasing those skills? And I also took a step into researching what strategies, what are some best practices that I can use to help boost these higher thinking skills that my students are lacking. And also with discussing with my colleagues in our PLCs that we have weekly, seeing if they are seeing the same things that I'm noticing, and how do we make moves to help increase these skills. And also digging deeper into the Common Core. You know that with the Common Core, you have to unpack those standards that they are expecting you to teach. And so noticing that my students are lacking those skills, I really want to do something to help make them more critical thinkers, critical learners. So my project stems around enhancing higher thinking skills and also implementing my version of a flipped classroom. Many of us know that there is no cookie cutter way into doing flipped classroom. So how you see fit is what will work best for you. Um, so my version of flipped classroom slash traditional classroom, and how that will affect my students as we do embark on our journey of learning about the 13 colonies. I wanted to choose social studies versus using my reading block, because reading, I'm just not so sold on having a flipped classroom take over that piece. So I'll be using Flip Classroom in my social studies block, which is 2 days a week. And within my 13 colonies unit, my students will learn higher order thinking skills with myself as teaching three new strategies, and also my version of using the flipped classroom. With my research, I learned that using technology will help enhance those higher repeating skills. So my unit includes us using Prezi, using Kia, a web class that I created, simulations, at Modo. So a lot of online activities to help enhance those skills. And with my project, it would definitely be me stepping out of my teaching comfort zone. So I'm excited about how this project will play a role. Reflecting on my project and the process, I am hoping that this will very much so allow my students to become independent learners, especially with the flipped classroom. It is definitely a way for students to learn how to learn. And this project has also very much so opened my eyes to making sure that I meet all the needs of my learners, because I want all my learners to be able to be on the same playing field as their non-disabled peers. So this project has definitely opened up my eyes, and because previously I can honestly say I don't think I was meeting the needs of all of my students, and so this project has definitely allowed for me to focus on meeting all those needs. And what I hope the future will hold with this project is that I will be presenting this project to our school-wide technology committee, which I will be eventually be a part of, and hopefully they'll be able to learn something and also add something to my project to help me enhance my learning in my classroom. Also, I will hope that this project will allow for me to go out and implement more research-based technology strategies to help any other weaker areas that I see that my students are struggling in, and not being afraid to allow my students to be responsible for their own learning. I would also like for this project to have more students, or have students become a part of the planning process. This process was definitely solely Ms. Huff, so in the future, students can be able to tell Ms. Huff what they did like, what they didn't like, what they want to see more of. So definitely having students be a part of that evaluation, that reflection process for me. Thank you, and I hopefully you learned something, and hopefully you can give me some feedback, and it will be definitely appreciated.